London football clubs have brought success for many African legends. These include Didier Drogba, Michael Essien, John Obi Mikel, Emmanuel Adebayor, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Kolo Touré, Alex Song among many others. These successes were because of tens of thousands of sterling pounds they received every week during their playing time. While many of these ex-players live comfortably, Ivorian Emmanuel Eboue's story was once of pity but was able to rebuild himself back. In this video, we will investigate the tragic fall to divorce, homelessness, bankruptcy, and thoughtful suicide and how Eboue's white wife is involved in his downfall. This is African Football Heritage. Kindly subscribe. Let's go. Emmanuel Eboue was born in the city of Abidjan in Ivory Coast on the 4th day of June 1983. He was raised by his grandfather, Amadou Bertin, who later succumbed to cancer. A lot is unknown about his upbringing and education. Eboue's confession later suggests that he had limited education despite his indisputable talent. In a visit to Rita Education Center in Uganda, Emmanuel Eboue tipped school children that school is very important in your life, and it should be the first thing you should think about, not football, because you need to become intelligent first before you can play football. Emmanuel Eboue started training at the Jean-Marc Guillot Football Academy and upon its completion started playing for his local club Mimosas ACC in 2001. He played in 25 matches scoring 3 goals before moving to Europe to play for Assec's Belgium parent club Beveren KSK in 2002. He spent the following 3 seasons appearing in 70 matches and netting 4 goals. With his versatility to play in right back, right midfield and often centre-back impressed the bosses of Arsenal, and soon Emmanuel Eboue signed a 4-year contract with the club. In his stint at Arsenal, he made his debut against Stoke City in the FA Cup and later scored his first goal in the club's 3-0 League Cup third-round victory at Sunderland in 2005. He would establish his place in the first team after the 2006 AFCON. The following season was very successful for Emmanuel as well, including the 2006 UEFA Champions League final against Barcelona, and, in the autumn of 2006, he was announced the Player of the Month in Arsenal. The Ivory Coast star struggled towards the end of 2008 when a section of the crowd turned against him, but he bounced back impressively to deliver his best performances for Arsenal. During his time at Arsenal between 2004 to 2011, Eboue was quick, skillful, and effervescent, taking the game to his opponents and becoming something of a cult hero at the Emirates Stadium. He made 132 appearances with 5 goals onto his name before leaving for Galatasaray. At the start of the 2011-12 season, Eboue lost his squad number to new signing Javinho, who was given the number 27 shirt upon his arrival, which left Eboue's future at the club unclear. Following his move to Galatasaray, Eboue revealed that manager Arsene Wenger told him that his first team opportunities would be few and to listen to interest to join the Turkish side. He scored his first goal in a 1-0 win against Gençlerbirliği in December 2011. He would play in 31 matches in the Turkish league as he secured his first league title of his professional career. His stint at Galatasaray lasted 77 matches and netting 4 goals between 2011 to 2015. Emmanuel Eboue signed a short-term contract with Sunderland on March 9, 2016, after his contract was not renewed at Galatasaray. No sooner had he signed for Sunderland than Eboue was banned and started serving a 1-year ban from all football-related activity by FIFA for failing to pay a former agent. He was released a month later by Sunderland in April 2016. Having not played for the club. In July 2017, Emmanuel Eboue trained with Hungarian Ferencváros but couldn't agree on a contract with the club. Months later, he failed his medical test in a potential move to Okejai Limassol in northern Cyprus. Emmanuel Eboue's international career started with a debut for Ivory Coast in 2004. He would establish himself a national team regular in the defense, often operating at right back. He scored his first goal for Ivory Coast in a 2-2 draw against Germany in November 2009. He was part of Ivory Coast squads at 5 AFCON tournaments and 2 FIFA World Cups. Eventually, Eboue earned 79 caps, scoring 3 goals for the Elephants. Eboue holds the runner-up medals in the 2006 and 2012 AFCON against Egypt and Zambia. While at Arsenal, Eboue was runner-up in the 2005-06 UEFA Champions League and Football League Cup, runner-up in the 2006-07 and 2010-11 seasons. It was at Galatasaray where Eboue won his first professional titles, including the Turkish Super League twice, Turkish Cup once, and the Turkish Super Cup twice. Emmanuel Eboue, who is a devoted Christian, married his Belgian wife, Aurélie Bertrand, in a church wedding in 2004. At this time, Eboue was only 20 years old. Just 2 years after his move to Belgian side KSK Beveren, his stint at Galatasaray was worth up to $2.7 million per year, meaning that in 4 years there, the former Ivory Coast international pocketed $10 million. Along with his peak years at Arsenal, Eboue's total career earnings was estimated to be up to $25 million. With these earnings, Eboue lived a fairytale often seen and his wife and children going on vacations, attending parties, driving supercars, and staying at mansions. However, the fairytale for the footballer ended after his wife, Aurélie, filed for a divorce from him. Aurélie walked away from the marriage with a substantial portion of Eboue's fortune, i.e. the houses, cars, cash custody of his 3 children, leaving him with a card he used to travel on the subway to sleep at a friend's house. During an interview with Sunday Mirror, Eboue accused Aurélie of taking advantage of him because of his little education and the role he had left her in all the financial management. He told the Mirror, "I gave all the money I earned to my wife to support family life and raise the children. When I earned €8 million in Turkey, I sent €7 million home." It was reported that Eboue's wife kept handing over several papers, including bank documents, and Eboue kept on signing them without real knowledge of what he was signing. In fact, one time, Aurélie brought a banker to Arsenal's training ground for her husband to sign, and Eboue was not even suspicious. When Eboue went to court, he discovered that all of his assets had been moved to his ex-wife's name unintentionally. Eboue's pain continued following his divorce, with allegations that his ex-wife Aurélie had denied him access to see their children. At the time, Eboue lamented that "I used to be close to my children and do everything for them. My 2 daughters have phones. They used to secretly call me, but there has been no contact for 2 months. I miss my children, want to see them." He admitted that there were times he thought of suicide because he didn't believe in his own situation and shame for himself. Meanwhile, Eboue's mansion in Enfield, UK, was advertised for rent as his ex-wife returned to Belgium to live with her children after the divorce. As per L'Infodrome, an Ivorian news outlet, Eboue opened up years later on the truth behind his split from his ex-wife. "The different interpretations of certain people have freely given me this label. I just said I needed comfort since I had problems with my ex-wife after our divorce. The verdict was favorable to her, as it is the case in England for women. She was pushed to the limit by some of my former teammates' wives to ask for divorce since everything was going on well between her and me," Eboue said. Eboue's woes were compounded with the deaths of his grandfather Amadou Bertan to cancer and his brother Henri Serge to a motorbike accident. Ghana's Empire FM reported Eboue saying that when people say Emmanuel Eboue lost everything, it's not nice. "When they said that, I was very disappointed. To be honest, for the first time, I was very down, but after that, I prayed, forgot about all of that." After the divorce, Eboue left to return to Africa, where he owns properties in Ghana in his own county where he lives comfortably. A proverb goes that a friend in need is a friend indeed. This was true with some of Eboue's friends. Yasmin Rozok, a friend who Eboue calls his sister, allowed him to stay and sleep on the floor at her home. Another close friend to Eboue, an ex-Portsmouth and Newcastle striker Lomona Lualua, was very crucial in helping Eboue to stay afloat. In December 2017, Eboue was offered a job coaching the under-14 team by Galatasaray, when their manager Fatih Terim heard of Eboue's financial woes. In 2018, Emmanuel Eboue married his childhood Ivorian sweetheart Stephanie Boud in a court wedding. On August 2024, Eboue businesswoman Boud had their white wedding in Abidjan. Despite the numerous negativity peddled against Eboue, positive happenings have occurred. In 2020, Eboue launched his football club drawing inspiration from the Jean-Marc Guillot Football Academy. In this video, Eboue announced the launch recruitment of football prospects for his Emmanuel Eboue Football Club, EFC. Just after the conclusion of the 2023 ACON in Abidjan, Eboue told Kenyan journalist Collins Okinyo that "I just want to say to my fans that Eboue Emmanuel is well. My family is okay. I am here with my wife, I thank God for that. In another interview with Goal.com, Emmanuel Eboue explains that his son Matisse chose to join Arsenal over Chelsea Academy when he was 10, however, 5 years he was poached by the London rivals. He narrates that his son aspires to be greater than his father Eboue. According to Goal transfer analyst Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea finalized the acquisition of Watford and Eboue's son Matisse Eboue December 2024. Matisse Eboue, who is 15, has featured for England under-16 as an attacking player. Despite the very many ups and downs in Eboue's journey, very many key lessons can be drawn ranging from education, marriage, divorce, financial management, resilience, creativity and innovation and eventual true friendship. I believe with this video, you can pick individual lessons appropriately. If you have enjoyed this video, support the growth of this channel by subscribing and turning your notification on. Until next time, let's meet in the next video. This is African Football Heritage.